the Dead Sea Scrolls.
All right, let's see it.
For a lot of years, the oldest complete copy we had of the Old Testament was from about 900 AD.
And these manuscripts remain the oldest complete copies of the Hebrew Bible in existence. The Dead Sea Scrolls preserve less than 25% of the total passages in the Hebrew Bible.
Well, then one day in 1947, this Bedouin shepherd boy, he tosses a rock into a cave, and all of a sudden he hears this shattering noise. He's discovered portions of, and in some cases, entire copies of, every Old Testament book except for Esther.
That was the one he hit with the rock.
That probably was. Well, the most significant find was a complete copy of the book of Isaiah, dating back to 125 BC.
Yeah.
It was 1,000 years older than the oldest one we had. So now the question is, well, how much has changed? Here's what Sean McDowell and Gleason Archer say about it. This scroll of Isaiah was over 99% the same, with the differences being words that have changed in meaning over time, spelling variations, or minor slips of the pen. That gives you confidence.
Yeah.
So while the overwhelming majority of the differences between 1Q Isaiah A and the Masoretic text do fall into one of these broad categories, the notion that these categories constitute all the differences between the two manuscripts is flatly false. There are a number of differences that are intentional, that are meaning differences, some of them significant meaning differences. We've also got to account for the fact that there were several other fragmentary manuscripts of Isaiah discovered among the Dead Sea Scrolls, and they have variant readings that don't line up with 1Q Isaiah A, that don't line up with the Masoretic text, or that don't line up with either of them. There are some readings that scholars consider to be better readings than what is preserved in the Masoretic text, and there are some Bible translations that are already incorporating some of these readings into their translations. For instance, Isaiah 53:11, there's a statement at the beginning, "He will see," but the Masoretic text does not preserve a direct object for that verb. It is preserved in 1Q Isaiah A, however, the Hebrew word for light, or, is there. So "he will see light" is what 1Q Isaiah A preserves. For a small selection of some of these differences that may be more original in 1Q Isaiah A, you can find this article online, 6 Viable Readings from Isaiah 1 through 39 in the Great Isaiah Scroll. This is by Peter Flint, my former professor, my employer for a couple years, and my friend who tragically passed away in 2016. This discusses 6 examples of readings from 1st Isaiah that are found in 1Q Isaiah A that have a good argument to make for being more original than what we have in the Masoretic text. The Hebrew Bible has been remarkably well preserved. That is not really up for debate. But the notion that that preservation extends to supernatural degrees, or the notion that we can have complete confidence that nothing important has been lost or has been added or has been changed, the notion that the differences between 1Q Isaiah A and the Masoretic text can be reduced to spelling differences or changes that don't affect meaning or to little slips of the pen, that is just flatly false.